What it do? Alright, look. Y'all ready? Tonight we gonna get into some hard learning, but it's gonna be a little different tonight because we're gonna take it back like we're gonna jump it from the beginning. We talking about the whole shit. So we gonna break down the whole shit. Alright. So the whole story is about basically. I'm gonna say it like this: the whole story of Christ, this whole Christ theory is the feminine, is the aspect of the feminine aspect. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. That's breaking it all the way down for if you just want to jump it like that. But we're gonna start from the beginning so we can, knowledge is power. You know what I'm saying? But just know that you got the divine. You got the divine. Well, we're gonna start 30. We got the divine masculine. We got the divine feminine. See, as a man, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta, once you rise up, you gotta learn how to access your divine feminine, right? And then as a woman, you gotta know how to access your divine masculine, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta be a balance with that. I ain't trying to, don't act like, don't be that what you are, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we're gonna jump it off and we're gonna use Innana, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna start with Innana because Innana was actually an ancient, like, I don't want to say religion, but it was a culture. It was a culture that that they looked into, and this culture, I want to say that more or less a culture, but just like it represents a story, a prophecy. You know what I'm saying? Because when you gotta understand spirituality, you really get the rise of it. And look, just know that anybody watch this video, we're gonna throw some channeling in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm drinking with y'all, so we're gonna throw that in there. But we're gonna start off with Innana and the story of her descent, right? This is the story, Innana's descent. This is the story of like it's just like the story of Jesus Christ, basically, just like Jesus Christ, with Joseph and Mary, Yahshua. Because when I think about that story, so Innana, you could say that Innana is Mary, okay? So when that's Queen Innana, Queen of heaven and earth. You know what I'm saying? 3000 BC. We're going back. So her job is the same job as Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like when she rises up to her Christ state of being. You know what I'm saying? She want to know, like, what is my job, what my purpose, you know what I'm saying? And this is Innana's story. And see, this is why I understand it's why they hold women down. Because women, y'all are that female. Look, I'm telling you, females, y'all are already that feminine aspect. You know what I'm saying? And y'all get together, y'all masculine aspect. You know what I'm saying? Men, we gotta be a man, but know how to, like a pimp. You know what I'm saying? Like have pimps used to, like, you don't want to be no gorilla pimp. I ain't saying be a pimp. I'm just saying we're gonna use this term, like gorilla pimp ass niggas. Like them be the ones that like they girls probably like snitch on them or try to kill them or some shit like that because they be hurting and abusing them. But you wanna be a thorough man, right? At the same time, have that feminine of you, the emotional side, that empathetic side of you also, when to be what and how to be, right? So that's what you want to be. So Queen Innana, you know what I'm saying? So this is a story, right? So I'm gonna just break it down from the get-go. Like Queen Innana represents the let me say the Christ consciousness, right? She represents the Christ consciousness. So but at the same time, she had her own storyline too of when she gathered her Christ consciousness. So then down the line, I guess she wound up being a piece of Christ consciousness, you know what I'm saying? Like for story purposes, you know what I'm saying? Like she got her own story, but then, you know what I'm saying, as above, so below. That's what you gotta understand, like with this. So, but she is also an aspect of Christ consciousness, which is Mary also. You know what I'm saying, for the Christians, you know what I'm saying? But so she leaned against the apple tree and said, "Whoa, wondrous behold." right? She leaned against the apple tree, that tree, and I told you, we are trees. We are trees. We are the tree of life. You are a tree of life. You ain't no plant. You strong and sturdy, you know what I'm saying, like a tree, and you moving out here, you know what I'm saying? Trees outside, they might live longer, but we're gonna just say that for story purposes, right? This is Innana. That name sound like a normal name. It said Nana, you know what I'm saying? Nana. So check it. So this is like she becomes the Wonder Woman within. So her grandfather was Inky, right? So Inky is a duality. Like right now, how you see you got the light side and the dark side, you know what I'm saying? So Inky will represent a duality of, like, let's say the sun and the moon, right? The duality of you as a man, you know what I'm saying? So if she is your Christ consciousness, Innana, Inky is one aspect of her. So she offered a prayer to him at the deep sweet waters or something like that. Basically, they got drunk together. Got real drunk. And he gave her all the game to culture, you know what I'm saying? Like he got drunk and figured out everything about culture out, right? But what happened was Innana had to go to the after. She had to go to not the afterlife, but she had to go to the underworld. So Innana had to go to the underworld. When Innana went, like, and look, she had to go to the underworld, right? She had to go, but she had to relinquish some things, like the lapis lazuli. She had like 7 things. Like she had to go through them. That's what you want to call your chakras when you're rising up and coming down. Your chakras, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're rising up to your Christ chakra, you know what I'm saying? That's when That's when the Christ consciousness kick in, which is Innana. So when you go through these dimensions, because he didn't know. I mean, you know, this aspect of him, of you, which is that you know what I'm saying, which is Inky. You got Inky and Enlil, you know what I'm saying? Wait, make sure I'm telling the story right. Cause they be like saying, throwing words in. Yeah. So her and Inky toasted and drank together, you know what I'm saying? Inky says to Innana, I give the priesthood, I give her godship in the name of his holy shrine. He give her the noble enduring crown. He give her kingship, the throne of kingship. That's the good side, you know what I'm saying? Which is all one. It's duality. This is duality. So he give her kingship, the throne of kingship. He gave her the me, you know what I'm saying? Like the Christ consciousness to the being, you know what I'm saying? The me, which you gave the Christ consciousness, the you know what I'm saying? That's what this is. So the powers 14 times and 14 toasts, he offered us 7 me's with each toast, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of 7s. 7 me's, you know what I'm saying? 7 guys with each toast. They said she had 70 sons. Because they don't say it in Innana's story, but when you think about the Ashira aspect of it, because Innana is also Ishtar, Sekhmet, Isis, Aminta, Sri Lakshmi, Mary, Aphrodite, the womb of man, Mayat, you know what I'm saying, the great mother, you know what I'm saying, that's who she is, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of names for it. The Christ conscious. Third eye, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to say Enlil and Inky, you think like Ra and Horus, you know what I'm saying? It's all duality, right? So like basically you want to say Inky and Enlil was her grandfathers, right? And that's in that aspect, but in other aspects they would say that that she is the feminine aspect of Horus and Ra. But in this story, she is the feminine aspect of, well, she is the granddaughter of Inky and Enlil. You know what I'm saying? So then you got yeah, they try to say 77 sons, 88 sons, some other stuff too. So They got even in Deuteronomy 12 where they say, so has Yahweh commanded the destruction of her shrines, like she gotta go back down, so as to maintain purity of his worship. So in order for you, like you're not gonna be able to rise up to that full Christ conscious state pure. You gotta do this shit right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Spider-Man, you know what I'm saying? With great power comes great responsibility for your people. Because you gotta rise up your people, you know what I'm saying? For it is evolution. We evolutionizing, we revolutionizing, you know what I'm saying? This what we doing. So we weep for hours, like they had a weeping ceremony, you know what I'm saying? And you got Innana's father, Nana. Nana. I mean, this is what it is. You gotta understand what Nana I mean. Nana I mean children, like that represents the children of Israel, you know what I'm saying? So talk about who is Israel, you know, that's Jacob and his 12 sons. It's all the same aspects, different stories. So we got Innana, right? So let's move forward. So Innana, she had to go down, right? She had to go down in them realms, back all the way down to them chakras, them dimensions. She had to go all the way back down because she come from the heart, like she come from like the core. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about how far down she come from within and from the center. You know what I'm saying? Because as above, so below. So as if it's too far down, then that's still not the center. You know what I'm saying? Like, so she comes from the core. You know what I'm saying? So when she went back down there, you know, like when she went, cause she had to go back down, cause she had to be judged, you know, to see if she was really you have to be judged basically. Your Christ consciousness will be judged by the Anunnaki, you know what I'm saying? The judges, the ancestors we will be judged. See if you're ready. And that's when she was when she was judged by the Anunnaki, Anunnaki, and when she was judged, like she failed judgment. And so her sister, which was queen of the underworld, cause she, you know, she being she the queen of heavens and earth. And it's duality. It's her sister, you know what I'm saying? This is her being, you know, it's queen of the underworld. Like she queen of heaven and earth. She queen of the underworld. She both. She's God and the devil. You know what I'm saying? She is both. She is duality of her own. So basically, for your Christ consciousness, duality of your duality, is not ready. You will be crucified. You know what I'm saying? So she was crucified in the underworld. Not the underworld. I keep saying the underworld. She was crucified and stuck up on the wall, like, you know, on the cross. She was just stuck up there on the wall. She was up there to dry. She died up there. You know, she was just there. This is the story. I'm being 100. This is the fucking story. It sounds very familiar, right? It sounds very familiar. I'm just being. So look. So this is what happened. She was there. They strung her up. She died. She was just rotting meat. It's the story of Innana. So and remember that we talking about the part of your Christ consciousness that had to go back to the underworld. You know what I'm saying? And the other part of your Christ consciousness, which was her sister, was already in the underworld and didn't want to be there and wanted to rise up, wanted to come back up. And she was pregnant with a child. She wanted to give birth to that child, not in the underworld, but of, you know what I'm saying? Your Christ consciousness want to give birth to your new being, not of the underworld, but of the heavens and earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Enlil, which is the other aspect of her, not the, you know, that I'm reading it, that I'm peeping game on my notes and everything, how I put it together from my knowledge and research. So Enlil, let me make sure I point to it that Enlil basically was the one. Inky was like, nah, like, because basically, like, she knew something might happen, so she was like, look, when this happen, y'all make sure y'all go get my peoples and tell them, come get me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let me stay down here, crucified, don't do me like that. So Inky was like, nah, and she knew what time it was. She wanted to go to the underworld. My other daughter, My daughter wanted to be of up here of heaven and earth, but she wanted to be down there. The duality of her wanted to be down there. You know what I'm saying? As a you know, it's you won, but you do battling. So yeah, and her sister gave her that evil eye when she seen it like, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was Enlil, so she drank with Enki. Enlil, which is the good part of her, chose to. He figured out a way. He went to the ground. He went to the core of him, you know, to the dirt, to the ground, and got dirt like of his bad side. Like basically, he got the dirt. He gave it food and water. You know what I'm saying? Like he had basically like two flies. It was like two. They was like went in there like flies with Ant-Man or something. Had to go down to Ant-Man size. And one he gave food, one he gave water. Right? Food meaning truth, water meaning you can look at it as like what we looking at is just food and water right now, right? Life. You know what I'm saying? From both aspects of truth. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into the other part later. So they had to go to they snuck up and they snuck down there in the underworld or whatever. There we go again. So they snuck into the underworld, right? And they snuck down there to go get Innana, which was there. Like they went down there and they seen her sister was down there in pain. She's in pain with that baby in her. She the queen of the underworld. She got this baby in her that he trying to rise up. He trying to, you know what I'm saying? And Innana gone. She crucified. She dead. You know what I'm saying? So what they did was they had to mimic what the sister who wanted to be of the heavenly kingdom was saying, was that pain to rise that child up, that child which is you, that rebirth, to go through that rebirth, that resurrection of you. You know what I'm saying? So they had to mimic that. They had to be that. They had to feel that. You know what I'm saying? So they can go through that. So they could free. And then once they did that, they was gifted with freeing Innana, so they gave Innana with food and water. They gave her food and water. So she rose again. But before she rose, Anunnaki was like, look, hold on. The ancient ancestors anyways, you know what I'm saying? They was like, hold on. You know you can't go to the underworld and go back like that. You know you something gotta give. Say you gotta let something go. If you want something, you gotta let something go. So you got some who you replacing. You know what I'm saying? So what you gonna give up? She fucked up already. So she went back. She was trying to figure out, like, she looking at all people like, nah, I'm gonna give them this person. Nah, I ain't gonna give them that person. You know what I'm saying? Cause she good hearted. You know what I'm saying? So she knew what she was doing. It was a process, and it worked. Somehow, some way, it wound up working out. So but anyways, she wound up running into the Mosey or Tammuz or Thomas or Jesus or Yahshua, whoever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? The chosen one, which is the story of you, right? We're talking about you. So she seen him. He was up there chilling with his third eye open up there, all fruitful and shit. The apple tree up there, sitting up under the apple tree, sitting up under his life, but knowing that he not doing right, not living right, while she down there in the underworld crucified, just dead. He know that he ain't living right. You know what I'm saying? But so what happened? And he wasn't able to keep that. So he had to basically he got beat the fuck up. We gonna say that. He got beat up. He got spiritual attacks, psychic attacks came in, all that shit. All them attacks started kicking in, right? So they beat his ass because when she came back, she didn't just come back alone. She brought some demons with her. Shit, she had to bring some demons with her because they had to come take that. They had to come do some things, you know, for real. So I know I'm saying this because this happened to me, and this is the story. This is the true story, for real. So like, you know what I'm saying, they came back, they got him, but then this is what they say. His sister, now we're talking about the Christ conscious sister, but now his sister, duality for duality's sake, his sister was like, nah, man, y'all can't take him. He was about to die. He's finna die. D-I-E. But he lived. He rose up because of his sister. Because of the good part of him that was stuck in a bad place. That was just trying to give birth to that child. Said no. Look, I spent half my time down there, and they said that he can spend half his time down there, and she can spend half of the time down there. That's the duality of him, the masculine and the feminine of him, of that individual of you. You're gonna spend half your time with Innana in full Christ consciousness mode, and you got to spend half of your time in the dark. See what I'm saying? You got to spend half of your time. The best parts of you are gonna be in the dark half of the time, or half the year, however you want to look at it. As above, so below. Yep. As above, so below. Half the year, half the time. That's what that is. So you gotta figure out what you're gonna put your time into if you want to get the best outcomes. Cause look, so what happened was, but he was dead. He was gone already. He was just sitting up under the apple tree, just floating. Came back and got him, right? But look, this what happened. The two sisters, the full Christ consciousness, let's not say that, the feminine aspect of him and the Christ consciousness of Innana came back. Like, I mean, they both wanted to make sure he was there. So they had to talk to one of them flies. One of the flies, which one fly represented truth and one fly represented suffering of his duality. There was a duality of one of his duality. So that means like it's a duality over here just on this side. You know what I'm saying? But it's just one of them though. So it's a half of a half. You know what I'm saying? So one of his dualities that he just had to be. He could have, like, they made a deal with him. The Christ consciousness made a deal with you to give you a piece of that duality which is already of you, if you rise, just to rise you back up. Gotta give you that just to rise you back up. That's it. But you gotta put most of your time into the right things, and you want to come up out of that. You don't want to be of that. You don't want to be doing things. Look. Let me tell you what they offered that piece of duality. They said you can. I'm gonna read it. I want to make sure I'm reading it. One second, cause. All right, look, here we go right here. Here we go right here. This is the story of the Mosey. What we're gonna say it's the story of you or a chosen one. That's what this is. The story. This is what it is. You know, Jesus Christ, the story of Jesus. I don't think they talk about this part though. You want to say so? We talk about like Thomas. So the devil within the Mosey will suffer either truth or suffering half the time he is of him. Half the time the devil is of you, he will either be suffering truth or suffering. Half the time he's of him, and the other half the time he can drink, speak amongst the wise, you know what I'm saying, and mess with women. They say mess with minstrels, but you know, the ones that have menstrual cycles, you know, mess with women. But the more that he does, the more truth or suffering he will receive. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, knowledge is power, but at the same time, it's pain too. Like punishment. But for real. Cause you don't want to have to be sitting up doing that with your life. You want to live your life. You want to be living life. You know what I'm saying? If you can't live life and you don't want to die, then you gonna have to get some truth about yourself. You need to go back, take yourself back to school. Then get some truth about yourself, or you gonna suffer. That's the duality of that. Pick one. So it's gonna be truth or suffering. All right. So moving forward, I hope y'all keep up with what I'm getting at. So it says, But the more that he does, the more truth or suffering he will receive. That's the duality of how much of what he does will grant his outcome, even as a chosen king of the throne. The hero will always be here, but will only be of full Christ consciousness half the time. That's your karma. That's your karmic debt. Hey, but heavy is the head that, what they say? Heavy is the head that wears the throne. Heavy is the head that wears the throne. That's your karmic, cosmic debt, your soul. But it feel real good to be a gangster, don't it? That was subliminal. I hope y'all ain't take it literally. I mean, we guys. That's what, if you know, G gangsters guys. You know what I'm saying? It feel good to be a guy, don't it? Alright. I feel like somebody was just like anyways, that's the duality of that. Gangsters and guys. But so moving forward. The hero will always be here, but will only be a full Christ consciousness half the time. That's the duality of that. The lapis lazuli throne, like them lapis bees, is blue, royal blue. That's divine. The divine. So it's like we say the lapis lazuli throne. You saying the divine throne is the throne of the divine, the heaven, the haven. You know what I'm saying? The Christ crown, consciousness. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. So you want to live righteousness. You want to live righteous. So that's the story of Innana and the Mosey. And Lil Inky, you know what I'm saying? It's the story of man. It's the story of you. It's not no them. It's you. But at the same time, it is them because these aspects, these names are coming from your ancestors. These are your ancestors. Like I said, go where it resonate. And let that shit, you keep going. You keep going. You keep following them breadcrumbs. And you gonna get there. Shit, we there now. We here right now. So shit, the only thing I want everybody to do is just, you want to live righteous, you know what I'm saying? Knowledge is power. You learning, we teaching. We learning who we are. You know what I'm saying? We just learning what it is. You know what I'm saying? You eat right, you live right, you walk in love. You love those around you. You don't let these people hurt. You don't let these people bring you down. Matter of fact, you already know what it is. It's the art of war. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get them no leverage. That's the thing about it. You can't give out leverage. That's why we talk about so much different shit. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of y'all don't be getting it like, this nigga be knowing about credit and fucking all kind of different shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it just, knowledge is power. That's all I'm saying. It's the knowledge that's where the power lies, in the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta commit actions. You know what I'm saying? You gotta act on that. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's like they keep our own shit. They keep your shit from you. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to speak on it. I'm gonna say it anyway. Like, they don't want you to commit. They want you to commit. You know what I'm saying? They want you to stay as far away from that as possible. It is what it is, though. You gotta commit to doing something. You gotta find something and commit to it. And you gotta, when you're doing it, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it for like material gains, or you wanna do it for the honor. You know what I'm saying? You wanna honor yourself. You wanna honor God. Trust me, it's God's, it's most highs, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's God in you. You can walk in that truth of yourself, your ancestors, the people around you. Let them know how you feel each and every day you wake up. You know what I'm saying? Love yourself. Rise yourself up. Be better. You know what I'm saying? Be great. Be great by any means necessary. Be great by any means necessary. You ain't got, look, don't let these people try to tell you gotta do this and that all the fucking time. It ain't like that with your time. But look, at the same time, put your time to the right shit. You know what I'm saying? You only, like what they be trying to say, you only got 24 before you gotta do another 24, right? You know what I'm saying? That shit don't stop. It don't stop. Shit, just keep it going. I mean, shit, come on, bro. Just like when like me when I started rapping, right? I started rapping in 2016. Before that, I wasn't like, so many people was rapping already, and I just came across the studio and shit. I started making so many songs. I feel like I had to catch up. Then once I caught up, I realized I was of this. It wasn't of me. I didn't have to give him. I didn't even have to make any more songs. I could sit back and enjoy my music instead of trying to catch up. But first, you gotta catch up because you gotta have something to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna reap any benefits of your labor if you ain't producing no strong, valuable labor? You know what I mean? Values, valuable labor. You know what I'm saying? You wanna overcome. Like, to overcome is to not be a bondage. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what it is. You can go a whole day without opening your fucking mouth if you want to. Just a whole day and you gotta open your mouth and talk to nobody. You can go a whole day fasting if you want to. You can go a whole day meditating if you want to. You know what I'm saying? You can go a whole day learning about shit if you want to. You go a whole day making rap songs. You go a whole day working if you want to. You can do this shit how you want to do it. Because you are the God of your universe. Let me see what it said. We was just on that. You are you. What is you? Y-O-U. Your own universe. That's who you are. Rise in power. Rise in power, you know what I'm saying? Say we got a lot going on within us. We got a lot going on within us that if we put these things together, like, you can really just be great. Just by yourself. Like, you ain't gotta be telling everybody shit. Like, you can just be great. You can just be, like, you can shine that light from within. And everybody, like, it don't matter. It don't matter, trust me. When you cracking them codes in their brain, you get the, like a screwdriver cracking them codes and then knocking on it a little bit, because they ain't, shit, trust me, everybody around there waking the fuck up. They just started looking like, damn, I knew it. They were like, I knew that's what the business was out here. I knew this day was coming because they gonna be done felt it in their bones already. You know what I'm saying? That's just what that is. So yeah, I hope this was a good message. The story of Innana. You know what I'm saying? Comparison, another Jesus Christ tale. So, peace out.